Right, guys, so today we're going to be talking about SEO and specifically one aspect of SEO, and that's link building. Now, I'm not going to be going over the entire link building discipline because that's rather long. It's a big process, but I want to tell you a bit about SEO because SEO is a really, really good way to drive traffic and make sales. The reason it's good is because when people land on your page after they found you in Google or Bing, there is a level of trust there that you haven't got with paid traffic. So for example, if you put ads, Facebook ads or whatever, then you don't have that level of trust because obviously you paid to be placed in front of someone as you would when you're actually organically found on Google, Bing, Yahoo, and so on. So I want to touch on that one area here, which is link building. And let's look at a few ranking factors because I want to put this into context, this link building area into context. So first of all, the first thing you need to do in order to rank highly is you need to have high quality content. Excuse me. Then the website needs to be mobile friendly. And also it's pretty much paramount these days to have a secure website with HTTPS as well, so it needs to be encrypted. Page speed plays a lot into it as well, so the page needs to be optimized so the images shouldn't be too big and so on. We'll cover these in future calls, how to do each of these has got its own parameters, but today I'm going to be talking about linking. I just want to show you how that fits into the wider picture. On-page optimization, so things like, for example, having the right keywords inside, having the right links, having meta tags, not particularly difficult, but that really helps as well. And then the final one is relevant and authoritative backlinks. And that's what we call the off-page SEO. So this linking area is one of however many we have. There are 6 factors. In fact, there are probably more than that, but I'm just touching on the main ones there, and there are some subcategories as well. Now, specifically, what I want to talk today in regards with vis-a-vis to the links is actually a specific kind of link which has the most effect on SEO above any other rest, and that is the .edu links. So .edu links are essentially links that universities, you can also have, for example, .gov links, but they carry more weight than other links like .com or .net or any of the other types of links. And the reason for that is because there's a number of reasons for that. And what we're going to do during the course of this call is I'm going to show you how to get these links to point to your website. And this could be a very, very good way to start ranking high in SEO. So let's have I'm just going to move things around here so I can see. So a lot of edu domains are quite old, which generally means that they have more authority and links pointing at the domain. So this is something that Google takes into consideration when they look at how important the links which are pointing back to your websites are. The other thing is they tend to publish high quality and authoritative information that Google loves. So again, that increases the weight of importance that Google provides to these specific links that hopefully will be pointing towards your website. To obtain an edu domain extension, you have to be a certified educational institution that's making the domain harder to attain and more valuable. So it's almost like a limited edition. You can have there's a limitless amount of co and net and so on and so forth, but there is a finite amount of .edu domain. So that's why they are held in more importance. And they often have tons of links pointing at them, increasing their domain authority and flow scores. So flow scores is really all about how significant that domain is in the wider context of other domains on the net. And domain authority is things like how authoritative it is, how many people quote it, how many people link to it, what sort of information does it have. There's a whole bunch of algorithms that determine the domain authority, but these edu links are pretty much top of the crop. Now, so how do we get these domains? And what you can see there is a screenshot from Fiverr. Now, a lot of people will offer these edu domains. Now, this is a very bad idea. This is something I haven't actually done myself, but received wisdom here is that this is a very, very bad idea. These aren't natural links. They'll probably be farmed off in a server somewhere, and they just send a very bad signal to Google. So it's a kind of almost like a lazy option to go and buy these sort of things for $10, $15, $20 and then think that you are pretty much set, because it just doesn't work like this. If it's too easy, if it's too good to be true, it probably is. So do not do this. What I want to do today is just show you a couple of interesting ways to get .edu domains. Now, this can be done through a virtual assistant, or if you have a little bit of spare time. For example, if you have a blog and you have, say, 10, 20 minutes a day you can spend on getting a few links, edu links, then these are just some of the methods you can go about doing this. And this will have a very, very significant effect on your rankings. So I'd highly recommend that you do look at it if you want to be ranking either videos or stores or blogs or anything else that you want to be ranking in what is essentially a competitive environment. Right, so let's look at this. So most universities have something called perks and discount pages. Now I want to show you a real live one. Now this one here is from the University of Florida can't remember the exact city. We'll have a look at that in just a moment. It's somewhere in Florida. Anyway, you can see that it's it is University of Florida, USF, and it's got a .edu link there. And so what pretty much all universities do is they want to, in order to be appealing to staff and to students, they have this resource, which is they offer pretty much what it says on the tin, which is perks and discounts. So you get all these companies and they're offering their services at a discount. Now, it's pretty easy to get into this. I mean, I'm based in the UK. I know there's a lot of local businesses and not local businesses as well that get registered in the UK. This one here is in the US. And let me just show you what they have there by way of these perks and discounts and how it works. So I just clicked on that. And you can see they have a huge amount of different companies in there. And I'll show you how that works in just a moment. So say we don't want to be, you can see this is alphabetically sorted here by arts and entertainments. A lot of these are going to be local, but a lot of these aren't going to be local. So for example, if we have a skill in, say, video editing, or we have a skill in, for example, WordPress management or anything like this, then we can actually write to these universities and offer them, say, 10, 20, 30% or whatever it is that we want to be offering. And now these are art and entertainment. That's not going to be that interesting for us. What we're interested in more is services. So if I go into, say, say financial services or other types of services, health and wellness and so on. What I want to do, guys, though, is show you, see, for example, here, Speed Pro Imaging. Now, this could be anywhere. This could be based in any country, right? Now, what I want to do now is show you how this works. So when I hover above Speed Pro Imaging, you can see their link down below, right? You can see I can't do the both, but if you look at the very, very bottom left, you can see that the link, this is actually linked directly. So what you have there is you have a .edu link pointing at this website. So this is probably one of the easiest ways to get your company, your blog, your website store, etc., to have a link with an edu establishment. Now you can do this again and again. There are thousands and thousands of these edu establishments around the world, and also possibly .gov. I imagine .gov is going to be harder than the non-commercial, but I know, for example, different hospitals require this. So a lot of .gov organizations which have financial stress, they benefit from this kind of service. So that's a really, really good way to get featured on the website itself. So that's one way of doing this. The other ways, I think, to be honest, this way is absolute golden. I want to show you a couple of other ways. The other thing, and this is something I did myself, is to have an interview with a member of staff. Now, I want to show you an example here. This is from the University of New York. Now, what I did occasionally is, one of my niches is plastic-free, and I interviewed an established author who happened to be a university professor, and it's actually quite easy to do this because all you need to do is identify the people, approach them, just send them an email and say, well, I'm in this niche, I have a YouTube channel, I'd love to interview you. And oftentimes what they would do is they would link your interview, if it's assuming that you created a good impression and so on, they would link your interview to their website, because it's almost like a CV type thing. So again, that's a really good way to build a number of .edu links back to your website. The other thing is to become an employer. So this is the Roosevelt University, which I believe is in Chicago. And for example, it's a really, really good way if you want to get people who are very skilled for incredibly good price. Oftentimes, students are looking for different positions, like an intern position or anything like this. They would do it virtually. And I've done this for writing positions and programming positions. So if you were to offer something like this, if you were to need some help and you were to do it with a student, oftentimes your company will be featured on the website as a potential employer. So again, that's a really, really good way. And again, this can be done throughout different establishments. So you can do this, you can scale it up. You don't need to have 1,000 links. I mean, seriously, 3 to 4, possibly 5 links are going to make a massive difference in regards to this. Now, just remember that you don't want to be just doing links, because SEO is a more holistic way of getting ranked. So we've looked at 6 different factors, but certainly this is a very, very good start, and it would get you thinking about what it is that you're trying to do. Ranking, it will get you into the groove, and it will get you started. It will get you to take the first steps upon this journey, this SEO journey. Now, this is something I heard from someone. I heard that someone did this, and he used ads to get .edu links. Now, this is a Facebook ads screenshot, and we've covered this in previous calls. Also, there's a lot about this in the members area, but this is what you see when you log into the Facebook ads dashboard, and you have the insights. This is called the Facebook Audience Insights, and it just so happens that it's quite easy to target people who would be interested, who would either be lecturers or they would be as someone with authority within an edu establishment. So you can see here we can decide on what sort of interest they have. So we're looking at the US here. Of course, it doesn't have to be the US, but we're looking at the US in this instance. And you can see these people here that we've targeted. They are interested in teaching ideas, they're interested in university, and they're interested in science. Now, science, the teaching ideas, university are pretty much a must. Science, we can replace that with any sort of discipline. Now, what this guy did is he had a number of shall we say, resources like ebooks, informational products. And what he did is he just put ads for the people who would be interested in this type of information. It was a free download on the condition that that would be featured on the page. So, for example, if you happen to be a science teacher and there would be something that would really simplify the process of learning, say, physics, say you'd have a 20 to 30 page document that would simplify the learning of physics, you would want that. You would want that as a resource, and you would agree to have it as a downloadable resource on your departmental page, because that's going to be helping a lot of people. And there is your link. So that's just as an idea. It's a paid version. The rest aren't paid. Just an idea that's been done out there in the marketplace, something for you to think about moving forward.